All right, we are on. I'm just gonna let people know real quick. I'm gonna let people on Instagram know as well. Alright, so I basically made a list of what I wanted to do today. And one of them is paint the shoe. Because the rest of the dress is going to be sort of a light pink color. And this shoe is like a semi-transparent hot pink. So I want to change that first of all. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. And then the other thing I'm going to do is to sew together the outfit. And I think that's going to take up a majority of my time in this stream. But that's mainly what I want to do. I'm going to show you guys the progress that I was able to make. So first of all, yesterday we picked out some accessories, shoes, a bracelet, and an earring. And also I put together the pattern from a bunch of old patterns that I had already. And so, yeah. Another thing that I found today, oh yeah, we also painted the doll's head. Another thing that I found today was this black stud earring. I don't remember which doll it's from, but I'm pretty sure it's from a Monster High doll. I think it was from a Monster High boy doll. But anyway, I grabbed the stud and I decided to put it on the right side. That's supposed to be the masculine side. Just because this doll already has her ears pierced, and I felt like having a gaping hole in this ear was kind of odd. And this was the most manly earring that I could find, I suppose. I should probably also share this link in my Discord server. I also really want to pee. Alright, put that in my Discord server and that should be fine. I don't feel like painting any of the other accessories, like the bracelet and the other shoe. So, yeah, this one shoe is all I'm going to be painting. I kind of really need to go to the bathroom. So, I'm just going to have this paint palette paper ready. And I'm also going to bring out some paints. I need white and I need pink. So I can get like a really pale pink color. Also, I seem to have misplaced some of my painting stuff yesterday. I know I washed it out and stuff and I forgot where I put it away. My room is so unorganized, but I have a paintbrush, a soft paintbrush. And I'll just get some water, and as I'm going to, while I go to the bathroom to get water, I think I'll also relieve myself. baby. And my dog is in my room as usual. So I filled this little water cup. It's a spare water cup that I have because, like I said, when I washed out my water cup yesterday, I seem to have misplaced it and everything that I used along with it. And I don't know how I managed to do that. But until I find it, I'm going to be using this one. Okay. So first things first, I want to dump out some pink paint. Should probably unclog all of this crap that's built up, because that prevents me from opening the lid properly. Let's just squeeze a little bit of pink paint. And some white paint. I wonder if I even have enough white paint to squeeze out at this point. I may have to cut the tube already. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the tube open. I'll just cut it open and just scoop out everything that's in there. I think that should be enough. Then I'll just add some water. Now, acrylic paint dries darker than it looks while wet. So that's really the hard part of mixing the colors, because sometimes you may like the color while it's wet, but once it's dry, you're just like, wait, that's not what I wanted. I accidentally got some paint water on my laptop. Nothing a napkin can't fix. There you go. Hey, Matthias. That was hardly enough paint. Okay. I may need more. Now this is the color that I want when dry. So, even more. Rinse out the brush again. And add even more white paint. I'm starting to think that the white paint is really not affecting this. Or maybe I just used too much pink in the beginning. Who knows? Just mix, 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 mix. Mix, 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 mix. Alright, that looks like the right color. Okay. I finished drawing while sketching the D&D version of TN today before I started streaming, and honestly I already want to make her as a doll. Like, there's supplies that I don't have that I'll need to buy, which is a pain in the ass because I can't go to the store and buy it. Even if the virus isn't a thing, I still can't go to the store because they're renovating my favorite art supply store, or well, sewing supply store. So, and they won't finish until later this year, so either way I can't buy supplies and it's kind of a bummer. But I've been getting back into doll customizing these days, as you can see, and I just want to do more. I just forget how expensive of a hobby this is. Yeah, I'm thinking of probably opening commissions again. Probably not very many slots because there's a lot of people who don't have money or can't really spare any at the moment. It's totally understandable. I don't want to make them feel bad for not being able to afford art at the moment. But I think I will open commissions as I myself am out of work, and that's the only work that I can do without leaving the house. Oh yeah, Matt, I actually went out and just like printed out Tian's like info sheet because I know I'm gonna forget everything that's written on it. I am taking this seriously. I hope you're proud of me. Alright, I will say this is a lovely color. Yeet yeet. I'm hoping to do it eventually. I don't know exactly when, but I'm planning to like renew the commission sheet because it's kind of, the first one I came up with is seasonal. The second one was frog themed, and I'm no longer saving up for a frog. So, you know. There's something else I wanted to save up for, but it's kind of taken the back seat since quarantine started because it's not that important. I do want to buy more art supplies though because I'm running out. Yeah, like marker, ink, paint, stuff like that. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry. Should have brought like plastic wrap or something up here. I can just use this plastic bag. I'll just like cut a piece from it. I'm also hoping to buy like some more pastels, more high quality pastels, because I've started using it for school, and the kind that I have are like really cheap, like dollar store level shit, so it really doesn't cut it for the stuff that I'm supposed to do for school. I'm just gonna add this piece of plastic on top of this paint so that it won't dry while I'm working on other things. So another thing that I did off screen while I wasn't streaming during the day was I made the hair. So I made some curly hair from the color that we chose yesterday. I made some straight hair. It's still kind of curly at the base, but I feel like it'll work. And also this thing called flock. If you're familiar with doll customizing, you'll know what it is. But basically it's just powdered fluff that you glue onto the scalp to give a very short hair or like a shaved look to your dolls. So yeah, I'm going to be using those three to make this doll's hairstyle. I'm going to go rinse out my paint bucket and wash my hands. Okay, so I've washed my paint bucket and my brush. I'm just gonna let the shoe just dry while I continue sewing. Once the shoe dries, I'll come back to it. So, the sewing project we're doing today, obviously, is the same one that I came up with yesterday. Hang on a second. I need to clean up my paints. I'm going to scoop out the rest of the paint in the tube and put it in my bottle. I'll just add it to my white paint bottle. I think this is a good time to use my palette knife. Sorry you can't see this on camera. It's very finicky, so it's kind of difficult to do in a visible area. But I'm just scraping out the paint that remains in the tube and putting it into my white paint bottle so that none of it goes to waste. Alright, and now my hands are painty again. But the paint is in the bottle. I'm gonna go wash my palette knife again in my hands. Okay, I am back. My tools are clean. I'm just gonna put them back. Now, something that I did. Oh yeah, sure, voice chat sounds about nice. I'll go in. Why not? Just give me a moment. Hello. I think the volume is about right. So, what I did was I traced out all of my pieces onto the fabric that I want to use, and I made it so that all I need to do now is to sew everything, and I have everything except for the train of the dress side. So I think I'm going to start off from the bottom half because that's honestly the more complicated one, but I'll do the train last. So first things first, I'm going to pair up the pants patterns. Oh, hey, Matt.
Okay, fine. My mic's...
All right. So basically what I'm supposed to do is sew along here. And let's see, what thread should I use? I have both pink and black. For the middle, I think I'll use pink for the middle. Be using a lot of pink and black thread for this. And I'm going to hand sew everything because I do have a sewing machine, but I'm not very used to it. So I think I use black for the middle. Never sewn on live camera before, I don't think. This will be interesting. I don't have very interesting things to talk about as of now.
Right. Okay. I think I'm having a bit of mic troubles, but while you're doing it, I'm just busy with introduction for your D&D campaign.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. I'm just going to continue sewing.
Yeah, I have your stream running in the background, like always.
Yeah, boy. Honestly, Matthias, you are the MVP when it comes to this. Okay, I should probably pin these in place first.
I also got some new monster cards, so you can expect some pretty powerful stuff coming your way.
Great, more stuff that wants to kill us.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. And let's just pin everything in place just like that. The rest of the pants don't really matter at this point. Oh shoot, I forgot something.
What?
I made a list of things that I needed to do. I needed to draw stripes on the pants. Forgot. Oh shoot. I'll be back.
By the way, about those commissions, I actually, since I made, or since you made the Matt channel.
The what?
For my Arcana OC.
Yeah?
I actually wanted to commission you for like making Matt and Portia.
Oh, that works. Again, when I open commissions, I'll be up to more. Talking about it more. Okay, so what I wanted to do was paint silver stripes on the pants and the blazer. So basically all of the black fabric. He does also have stripes on his tie as well. Tie and also his collar. But I don't really want to paint that area because I don't want to overcrowd it. I think I will paint his tie though, but I won't paint the collar because I feel like it'll just overcrowd everything and it'll look way too busy. So what I'm going to use for this is fabric paint. But I'm going to make my own fabric paint by mixing it up with some fabric medium. Just rereading the the instructions. Alright, so what I need to do is add, this is my fabric medium, I'm using this brand. Honestly, any brand will do. And I'm just going to take some silver acrylic paint and add it to this palette. I'm not going to use a paper palette like I normally use because I really can't mix all that well on that, even though I do. I really need the palette to hold up when I do this. And then I'm going to take the thinnest brush that I have, my thinnest detail brush. I'm going to mix everything together. Oh, by the way, I just mixed equal parts fabric medium and acrylic paint. That's the recipe for DIY fabric paint. Basically, this allows you to make any color of fabric paint you want, so that if the colors you want aren't available, you can just make it yourself. And also, it stops you from having to go out and buy your own fabric paint. So I'm going to start off with smaller pieces. So I'm just going to draw stripes along the fabric. And they don't have to be perfect. They can just be messy. It's okay. I'm just doing it like that. and just keep drawing stripes up and down. You don't want to glob huge amounts of paint everywhere, so just go up and down. Just want to make sure that I don't get any paint on my fingertips, because when I hold down the fabric, I might stain the fabric. I can't believe I almost forgot this step. This is very crucial for the details. I don't want to do this after I sew, because then the fabric won't lie flat, so I won't be able to draw even lines. And I'm pretty sure when they were making this outfit, they added the stitches for the line before sewing the outfit together, obviously, so yeah. And even the lines on his outfit really aren't perfect or symmetrical. They're kind of messy. So I think painting it by hand is going to be totally fine. And honestly, it's not very opaque, so you could technically do multiple coats to make it super opaque, but I don't really want to do that. I think this looks fine. And I am getting some paint into the seam allowance as well, meaning they won't be visible once I sew up the entire thing. But that's fine too. Honestly, purposefully avoiding the seam allowance would give a very unnatural look, because if you already have a pattern on your fabric before you cut it out and sew it, the pattern's just going to go wherever it wants. It's not going to purposefully avoid seam allowance. So some of the patterns will get cut off when you sew. But that's the natural look to things. So I'm not going to pay attention to the seam allowance and just paint the lines as they appear. Now, by the way, I will be making a video about this doll, as I've done with other dolls that I've worked on during live streams. Honestly, I've only done one other one, but I did make a video about that. If you are used to my doll videos, you will know that I exclude certain steps from my video to make it a reasonable length. And some of those steps are usually clothes making or hair brushing or things like that. So I decided that it would be interesting if I showed those steps in a live stream, and I made it interesting by talking to you guys, because in my opinion, those steps are very boring to show. So yeah. But I did notice that people did want to see how I made the clothes and stuff. So I thought I could compromise by showing some of that in a live stream. Especially this one, because I feel like this is a very fun project and very unlike what I normally do. So just adding some extra stripes over here just in case. And I'm moving it aside. Finally, the biggest piece and the most difficult. お風呂入ってね。Dude. Okay, well, I'm just gonna continue painting these lines. I'm getting bored. I must continue.
Would you think Jen would somehow managed to get captured and put in jail?
What? You're cutting
If,
out.
Would you think that Jen could be like captured and put in jail at some point? Or do you think she's too slippery?
I mean, she probably could. Depending on the situation. I mean, she is slippery, but she's not like
Hey, guy.
impossible to catch or anything. All right, so let's just move those pieces aside. They shouldn't take too long to
Kai just joined the call.
What?
Kai just joined the call.
Oh, cool. Hey, dude.
Morning.
Morning. I just put my black fabric pieces aside. I'm just gonna let that dry. And okay, so change of plans. I'm gonna start off with the pink bodice then. So I'm gonna thread some pink thread and start sewing that because I need to let the black parts dry. So I've threaded my needle here. I can't do this on camera because I can't see that far. Right, and then let's take a pin. I especially don't talk much while I'm sewing, so I'm sorry if this is a boring stream.
I'm just trying to find a good starting scenario for the campaign.
Yeah, how the heck does the titty elf run into the tiny angry boy?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, I don't know anything about the setting except for the fact that there's titty elves, so...
No, not just to the elves.
And tiny angry boys and things that want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the summary of the cast as for now. But how
So,
do tiny angry boys and titty elves run into each other is the big question.
mm-hmm.
Right?
So I'm just rolling a ton of dice till I find something good.
Alright. You do that. Okay. So that's that. This is the side. That's the first seam sewn.
Got something.
What did you get?
You'll see.
Okay. Alright, so that's been sewn.
You really think I'm gonna spoil the beginning?
Maybe? Was worth a try asking?
Yeah, fair enough.
There's literally no one besides Matt looking at the stream right now, so...
I just
That's okay.
You okay, Kai?
I'm just hoping more people will join because this is an interesting project in my opinion.
It is.
It's probably one of the most challenging things I've ever sewn. So I'm just going to continue stitching this up. And the bodice should be done. Should probably also hem the top. Okay, and then just tie a knot. And we should be good. I should also bring in the actual doll so I can like hold the clothes against the doll. So I can just make sure that all of this fits. So this goes on this boob over here. Alright, that looks good. It's really hard to gauge, but this is basically what it looks like. I may have to tuck in this stitch a little bit, but we'll see. The freight check seems to be doing its job, so I don't think I need to hem the top. Just need to trim it so that there's no fluffy edges. That looks clean. Checking to see if the black fabric is dry. It feels dry. And the next step for the black fabric is to iron it so that I can seal the paint in. I need to do that off screen, so I'll be right back.
Tell me, Tao, how good are you in improvisation?
Me?
Yeah.
I can't promise anything.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm back. I've ironed everything, and the colors should be bonded to the fabric. So, I suppose I'm sewing the top first. So, first things first, I'm going to trim off the fuzzy edges of the bow tie and sewing it onto the shirt. I completely fray check the entire bow tie so that it will hold its shape once I tie it. So I'm going to pinch the ends into a gather. And I'm going to take my black thread from earlier, pinch it up, stab it through. Kind of just wrap it around. That's the basic shape for the bow tie. And snip off. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna look through my trim bag to see if there's anything I can finish off the bow tie with.
Okay, so I found a fun first enemy.
Oh,
Our first boss, basically.
cool.
Well, I'm not gonna say.
Okay. Keep your secrets.
So I actually already have enough info to start
Okay.
a session, so we just have to figure out a date.
All right. Whenever is fine with me. I'm literally not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. If all goes to plan, this should be my last MetGala stream. So,
Just have to tone down the creature a bit. Because currently it's a totems rating 8, which is good for 4 people of level 8, and you're 2 persons at level 6.
yeet.
Just gonna bring it down a bit.
All right. All right, so that's a half bow tie, which I'm gonna just sew on right here. But I'll do that after I sew it to the dress bodice. Which I need to pin in place. And I'm just going to sew along this black line with my pink thread from earlier. I may have to go take a shower soon, but I'm just going to sew along this line using my pink thread. ¿どのぐらいの? マジか. Shit. Apparently there's... え? で、そんなすごいわけじゃないかもね。Oh shit. We've got an earthquake coming in a bit.
Oh,
Yeah. We just got a...
that's not good.
We live in Japan. We get like
Yeah.
0.2s like every single day.
Oh,
It's just that this one has a forecast. It's strong enough to trigger a forecast. So I'm expecting probably a 3 or a 4. It's not going to be too bad. I also found out where it started. It's not super close. It's like a couple prefectures away, but it's not in a whole different region. So yeah, 3 or 4 is my bet.
okay.
I've sat there scrolling through memes through a 3 before. We'll be fine. Worst I've ever been through is probably a 6 or a 7. And that was actually a catastrophe. Not for my area, but for the main areas that were affected, it was insane. But a 3 ain't gonna do much, so we'll be fine. It's just, if the stream cuts out, that's what happened. Also, I'm gonna have to comfort my dog if that happens and something falls or something. And I have a lot of things on shelves that could possibly fall. She's sleeping against a shelf right now. She did it.
Protect the baby.
I will protect the baby. So yeah, if I suddenly jump up and go somewhere and there's like lots of noise, the earthquake hit and I had to protect my baby. But otherwise I should be fine because we're not expecting something huge. Alright, so that's this part. Looks pretty good. That's a clean seam. Now for the bow tie. Just need... Okay. Okay, so there's a 4 pretty much right next to us right now.
Okay.
But that's pretty weak, so it might actually disperse and we might not feel anything at all, so we would get like a 1 or a 2. So yeah, 2 is pretty normal. Like, for a place that doesn't get earthquakes, 2 is a pretty big deal, but for Japan, 2 is like, hey, who's vacuuming really hard right now? Or like, who's jumping in this rickety old house? Yeah, stop shaking the table, dude, is pretty much like a 2, so we'll be fine. Okay. So, that looks good. I'm just gonna add another stitch over here, just so it doesn't, like, turn around. Just a stitch. There you go. There we go. That's the top. Then I'm gonna add like a neck piece later that'll attach to the back of the bow tie and around the neck, and then button in the back. But that's for later. We're not gonna come back to that until much later. So this is this, and I'm gonna test it on the doll. So this is what it looks like for now. Yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Kind of hard to see, but that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to continue sewing. Now, next part I want to do is I want to match up these sides, and I want to sew along the top of this back piece. So I'm going to take another pin, pin it in place. Okay, I've pinned that in place. I need to tie a knot in my thread. So now I'm just going to sew straight down along the shoulder seam right here. Alright, and I've just done that. I need to tie this thread. I think this thread is too short to use for anything else now.
I'm gonna be right back.
Alright. Okay, so that's done. See, that's what that looks like. The seam looks a bit bumpy, but I'll fix that when I sew on the sleeve. So I'm gonna go to the sleeve now. Alright, so for the sleeve, I've got this white piece and then the black silky piece with the lines. The reason why I have that is because if I sew on the white piece, it looks like there's a sleeve on the inside when there's not, and it adds an extra bit of dimension to my dolls when I do that. So I did this for Giovanni back when I made her, and I really like how it looked. So I'm just going to pin this in place and just sew a straight line across. There you go. I need to thread the needle. I want to at least finish the top half of this outfit in this stream. Because I do agree, it is a bit overambitious to do the entire outfit. But at least the top part. And I mean, it is coming together already. See, this is why I normally don't thread needles on camera, because I can't see. I think I made it. There you go. There we go. Baby is moving around in the background. So I'm just going to tie a knot and sew down this line. I mean, yeah, I have a sewing machine and that would make everything faster, but I just prefer to hand sew everything. I feel like I could get things done a lot neater. I'm really not used to the sewing machine. So it's so warm in my room. Ofuro deta no? Okay. Right, so it is my turn on the shower. I may go take a shower real quick. Alright, the stitches are even. Probably after I finish sewing the sleeve, I'll go take a shower. Oh no. I misstitched. Can I salvage this still? Yes, I can. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to trim off some of the fabric so it's not too bulky around the doll's wrist. And that's what it looks like. Oh, wrong piece. There we go. The suit jacket piece. So basically, I'm just going to ignore the seam on the actual jacket and just sew along the curve of the sleeve. So this one doesn't really require pinning because you don't want to sew straight or else it won't look like a sleeve and it won't function like one either. So basically what I'm going to do is knot my thread, poke it through the top of this sleeve here, and then poke it through the shoulder right here, and just put it through And then I'm going to sew along this seam right here. Alright, that's the first part. And I'm just gonna knot the thread nice and tight and snip. So if I flip it over, it'll look like this. Isn't that neat? Should probably clip the corners because it's wrinkly. Basically what this does is release the tension in the tight corners, and the fabric can curve a lot more naturally. You can see that if there's a difference. There you can feel a difference, but it's honestly hard to see one on camera. So I'm just going to sew this side as well, and then I'm going to go take a bath. This isn't going to be enough thread. I need to thread another piece. I'm just going to knot my thread once again. I'm also going to check this cord, why not? Is my computer dead? I was just charging it, dude. Well, I've plugged it in. I'll just wait for that. Well then, I'll just continue stitching. I realized I was off camera. Just know that it's not very comfortable sewing on camera, especially when the camera is an iPad. Computer is finally on. Hello, dude. Welcome
I'm
back. Computer's being weird. Whatever. Alright. There we go. Snip. I realized there's a new person in the stream. I did not know that. Hello. I don't know if you're still here, but welcome.
Found an old man in a cave and he gave me
Kind of creepy, but okay.
playing Zelda,
Yeet.
if that's any context to you.
I've never played Zelda before.
I'm playing the original Zelda on my Switch, because yeet.
Yeet. Alright, forgot to clip.
Really? How dare!
Forgot to clip the corners. Right, corners have been clipped. Eh,
Hi, mine's back.
hello.
Oh my god, yay!
I wish more people would join my stream. Alright, and then I'm going to fold it in
There's
half.
definitely 2 people watching.
One of them is me because I need to monitor the chat in case someone starts talking. And the other is you.
I died.
Or am I?
I don't know. Either way, I just wish more people would watch this stream because I think I'm doing something interesting.
You are.
Yeet. So now that I've folded my thing in half and pinned the sleeve, I'm going to sew along the sleeve to close it. Oh, there's someone else in the stream. Is that you, Kai?
No.
Huh. I wonder who it is. Speak up when you join. I feel lonely and awkward when like there's someone in the stream and like they don't talk and they just kind of sit there. Just continue with the stitches.
Level 15. I think you're the 4th level.
This is lit, yo.
What is lit?
Killing a bunch of rocks.
Okay.
Playing Zelda.
Yes. I don't have that kind of money. Who do you think I am, mister? I have 4 rupees, kind sir. Come here. Come here. Come here, little shit. Ah! Owie. They hurted me.
I'm quiet, but that's because I'm focused. I want to stitch in a straight line. And if anyone knows me, that's impossible for me to do properly.
Mood. And I'm dead.
Oh no.
I'm really bad at this.
Which Zelda are you playing?
The very first one.
Oh, it's my brother that's in the stream. Cool. Thanks for the watch
How dare
hours.
you me.
Oh no. Do not.
Hey, now I have 6 rupees.
Why are you consuming turkey?
What now?
My brother is saying weird shit in my live chat.
I am not surprised.
He's my brother.
I am dead again.
Okay, good luck. Okay, I'm just sewing some more. There we go. Ugh. Oh, my hands are cramping already. This is like the
Froggy
bad
says
part.
hi.
Hi, Froggy.
Hi, Friggy.
This is the bad part of sewing something so tiny. Your hands just instantly start cramping. Man.
Quit hitting me.
Once I finish
Very-
sewing this, I'm gonna go take a bath.
Whoa. Oh no, spoiler.
Booter.
Spooter.
I don't like those. They hurted me.
The bath smells like water. Thanks for that information, bro. Sounds like some freaking Undertale
What kind
bath.
of water?
Yeah, what kind of water does it smell like? You didn't specify what kind of water it smells like, dude.
Am I even supposed to kill these things? What
I
am
have a
getting
kettle
here?
incoming with a savory scent.
What is the objective? What am I getting
It
from
smells
this?
like bath water. I never would have guessed. Thank you for this information, kind sir.
But is it scented bath water?
Well, you heard the man. Is it scented bath water? It is scented bath water.
I'm
Who?
dead.
What kind of scent did you add?
What kind of scent did you add to the bath water? Answer the question.
Piss. It is piss scented bath water.
Dude, if it's actually piss scented bath water, I'm gonna murder you. I will tell mom that you pissed in the bathtub.
Tip water.
Oh, it smells like tap.
Tap water.
Okay.
That's very special.
Very.
Very.
What the hell is this conversation?
No idea.
Me playing Zelda and bath water.
Yeah, I was talking about scented bath water. The bath smells like water. No shit, Sherlock.
Maybe you should sell it.
No! Look, dude, I am desperate for money,
Go
but
create a bath water.
I am very desperate for money, but not that desperate.
I have no dignity, so.
I'd sell feet pics, but I wouldn't sell bath water.
Well, there's no dignity in Lost when you sell pictures of your feet.
Exactly. It's the people who look at it that are weird, not the person who took the pictures. But bath water,
Sometimes
both sides are weird.
True.
Sometimes I take pictures of my feet just to see why they look so fucking weird.
I take pictures of my feet, post them on Instagram, and then like offer videos of me painting my nails or something, my toenails, for an extra
My
fee.
cat ants in my room. Hold on.
If anyone's interested, hit me up.
Nah.
Selling feet pics is probably not something I should be talking about in my live stream. I don't think YouTube
No.
likes that.
Sage is here and also Froggy.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a fucking party, bitch. Alright, I need my tongs for
Holy
this.
shit, those two Octoroks were fucking.
Gross.
I don't want to see that. Get out of here. Come here. Come here, I'm gonna kill you. Bitch.
Alright, let me just...
What you doing, Dad?
and just... There we go. Alright, I want you to look at that. Look at
I
that.
have
Beautiful.
the perfect starting setting.
Awesome.
I'm currently writing it.
Okay, so we should figure out in time what a small angry boy and a big titty butch lesbian is doing together.
No more
Just
steppy,
to
steppy.
find some more
Please
rhymes
do
again.
not step on me. Jack. No.
Okay, I missed a stitch, and that's why there's a big hole in the armpit. I'll just fix that real quick. Almost done, and I can almost...
Oh, piss. I'm dead.
Honestly, I feel like I can finish sewing the top bodice already. I have so much of it done. So I might be able to get that done before I go take a shower. Trying to calculate where exactly I missed the stitch. I missed it right there, right on the armpit. It's very easy to miss stitches down there.
By the way, do you two want a more roleplay heavy campaign, or a roleplay or combat heavy?
Let's
mix.
see. Which one, okay, whichever includes the least amount of number crunching on my part would be nice. Cause I will,
So that would be
I will fuck up everything. Okay, like 6 plus like 9 or something takes forever for me to do.
so roleplay heavy.
Yeah, sure.
Because with attacks, you need to do a lot of
I
math.
have a cat.
Yeah, if I have to do math, I will fuck everything up and ruin everything.
Oh.
And all of you will hate
A
me.
cat stepped on my nut.
Oh no. Are you okay?
Ow. Cat, you mean.
Alright. So that's the suit. Oh my gosh. It's coming together so well. I'm so excited. Look at this shit. It's coming together so well. Oh my gosh.
Great.
I'm so excited. Basically, I need to fold across here. And then line it up here. And then sew down a straight line. Like right here. Holy shit, that looks good. Alright, I need to go iron this suit jacket real quick. So I'm going to trim off the fuzzy edges like I've done for everything else. Oh, this looks so good already. I'm so excited. I'm just going to heat up my iron real quick. And so game plan from here on out. Gonna trim the edges some more. Just neaten them up. yeah, basically I'm gonna iron this part down, and then also iron the rest of the suit jacket flat, so that it lies flat. And then I'm gonna sew this here, and sew the shirt into the jacket, basically. And then I'm going to sew on the collar. Actually, I think I should sew on the collar first. Yeah, I'll sew on the collar first and then sew it to the shirt. But I need to go iron it first.
I'm just vibing, killing monsters, and I meet some old guy in a cave, and he's like, "Yo, you should go to a cemetery."
Oh, I thought it was it's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Nah, I already got the sword. He said, "Meet the old man at the grave," and I'm like, "Okay."
Are you like?
I think there will be a lot of dead men at graves.
Yeah, which old men are you supposed to beat?
Like an old man above ground or in the ground?
Yeah, dude, be
can't
more
tell.
specific.
I don't know. He was really vague.
Like all old men are.
Are we fighting zombies or are we fighting really old grave keepers that are just minding their own business and we're just gonna come in and kick their ass?
Come here. Order.
Nice.
Stabby, stabby.
Nice and flat. Okay. Okay. Jacket has been ironed flat. Look at that. Oh, it's coming together so well. I'm so happy.
I have 26 rupees now. I'm a rich man.
I'm going to trim the rest of that off so nothing
Okay,
looks
I don't
fuzzy.
want to fight you.
Alright, so I need...
Playing this now reminds me how much better my brother was at it than I was.
You'll get there.
I suck at video games and that's why I don't play them.
I mean, video game is a skill. It's not a talent.
It is, but I don't care. I don't have the patience.
That's fair.
Stupid sea monster, quit hitting me.
So just watch other people play them, and then I get jealous, and then I get bored. Negai!
Why does my sword look like a pee-pee?
Why?
Hey, Dad.
Oh no, why? Why do I keep accidentally sewing the collar? I want to sew this part of the collar. Stop. I may need to re-fray check the collar. It's already fraying again.
Question, would you rather have a lizard or a snake?
Depends on what kind of lizard.
Like humanoid lizard.
Or a
That's about 6 foot tall.
or a giant
Snake.
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 Yeah.
A giant
Snake,
snake.
Snake.
Okay.
And I died again. God titty pit. Piss on this. Piss on you. Why am I so bad at this? So the music is still lit as shit, man.
I will agree with that. I've never played a single Zelda game, but the music is nice.
Mhm.
Thanks for the advice, old lady. I am leaving now.
Okay. That's the last stitch for the collar. That looks good. Look at that. That looks good. Now the reason why I'm stroking my own ego so much with this is because, oh, there's a new person in the stream. Is because it's been so long since I've sewn doll clothes. And I've started to be out of practice for sewing anything tiny or complicated. So I'm kind of just encouraging myself as I go.
Seems the cat has taken a nap.
Ah, the dog is also taking a nap. Alright, and I'm just gonna fray check the collar again because it's really not as stiff and fuzz free as I wanted it to be.
Well, she stepped all over my junk and then wanted to take a nap.
Oh, slightly less on, but still on nonetheless. I'm gonna go iron this. Hey baby, hey baby. Such a lazy little baby. パパにお風呂入るように言った？早く行ってね。お風呂冷めちゃうから。Alright. Now that I've ironed this and dried the fray check glue, I'm going to trim it. We continue to have sharp corners. Trim that off and then bend this. I'm going to then go in and iron that flat. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I've ironed that, look at this. It looks so good. I'm so happy. Alright, I'm gonna trim off this edge from the collar because it looks unfinished. Because it is, but I don't care.
I wonder if there's a Mario Kart at the end. Don't mind me. Just playing hella old games. Holy shit. That's a nice one.
Okay, I think my dog has gone to pee. I'll be right back. All right, I just went to go have my dog take a piss because she hasn't for a long time and I was getting concerned. All right. In case anyone's confused about me talking about helping my dog take a piss, she's not trained to like normally take a piss on walks and stuff, as she was supposed to be a service dog. And, you know, if a service dog pisses while it's out and about, it's not okay, because usually they're just out with a human in very, very human places. So it's really not okay for a service dog to just randomly pee. So they can only like pee when told to, basically. But what my dog does is she'll go to her little bathroom area when she wants to pee, and I have to be there for her. So that's what I meant by helping my dog pee. I mean, if no one's around, she will pee on her own, but since that's what she's trained to do, she's more comfortable with that.
My homie over here was like, hey, I'll be back, and then yeeted himself out of the house, told me not to leave. You think I'm gonna listen to you?
No.
I'm going on an adventure.
Alright, so I've threaded my needle with black thread yet again. Take a shot every single time I thread my needle. Just kidding, you'll die. So I want to line this up with the shoulder.
Stupid guards just told me to go home. Beanies.
Alright, so just gonna start sewing down here. Stitch by stitch, just carefully sewing down here. If it's under the collar, it can be messy, but once it comes out from under the collar, I need to be as neat and precise as possible.
Guards, let me go on a quest. I have to help Zelda.
No. Because fuck you.
It seems like that. I'm getting a sword soon.
Are you freaking kidding me? I've misstitched and everything's a mess.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna pull this out here and fix everything from over here.
Me trying to see if I can pull a tree.
Alright. Try that again. From the top. That part's been sewn.
I know, Zelda. I know I need to help you, but I can't. Dad won't let me leave. I have to stay in the house. Oh?
Okay. Adding a couple stitches.
I don't want to go home. Don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. I am the hero of legend.
Just adding some tiny, tiny stitches along the center, being as neat as possible so that it stays.
Okay, so somewhere here, there has to be like, I don't know, a sword or something.
Alright, perfect.
I know, Zelda. I know you need my help. I can't do anything. I am a child.
That's like literally all young adult novels summed up into one sentence. I know you need my help, but I can't help you. I am a child.
I'm looking to see if there's like, I don't know, clues or something inside my house.
Right, let's just
Why do I
tie
run like that?
another knot. And I'm going to sew a couple stitches over here so that the shoulder part stays the same and it won't move. Just going to add some neat stitches underneath the collar to hide it.
Why do I need magic to use a fucking lantern?
Because it's a magic lantern.
Fuck you, it's dark. I just want to use the lantern.
Alright, that's a clean edge. Ah, look at that! Look at that! Looks so good!
I'm looking.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it on the doll to make sure everything is sized correctly.
So I see the destination, except I don't know how to get there, because I'm not supposed to leave.
Can't you, like, just disobey your dad and leave the house?
He has guards stationed outside the house.
Who the fuck does he think he is?
I don't know.
I would scream you're not my dad, but he actually is.
I don't even know if he's my dad. He's just some random guy who told me to stay in the house.
Then ignore him and fight the guards!
I can't. I don't have a weapon.
You're in a house. You should be able to find something.
I found a pot. And
I need to take in this stitch a little bit more and sew
Found a
down the bow
lantern.
tie so that it lays flat. That's what I need to do.
please.
Look, Zelda, you're not the one who needs help right now. I need help getting out of this damn house.
Every path I try to go, he's like, no.
How long do you have to stay in that damn house? It's like fucking Mom when you try to run. There's a time and place for everything, Red. Shut up, Mom! I want to run!
I thought that was Velcro with the bike.
In the earlier games, Mom also yells at you for trying to run indoors.
I remember trying to use my bike in random places, and then the professor would be like, "Guy, fucking stop!"
It's legal. Absolutely illegal.
But I want to use my bike. Oh,
All right. See, this
I
is
didn't
why
know I
it's
could pick up bushes.
it's important
Shut up, Zelda.
to check if your stitches are lined up correctly, because sometimes you've underestimated or overestimated your seam allowance. And
Zelda, please. For the love of God,
Your-
shut up.
your clothes will not match your doll correctly.
Okay, so I guess that I have to eat some shrubs.
Why are there shrubs in the house?
No, it's outside the house. Fairy, no, come back. I don't even need you. You just flew into the river. Stupid fairy.
Clip the corners. Trim. And there we go. That took in the dart a little bit. That should go under her boob now.
Zelda's talking about a hidden path. I found it.
Nice.
Now, where the fuck am I?
So if I stick the hand back on, should be able to gauge where everything goes. Yeah, so all I need to do is make the bow tie lie down flat.
Oh no, Papa's hurt.
And I guess
But
could
I got a sword
take
now,
it.
so it's okay. Thanks, Dad. Loser, come here.
Alright, that looks good. That looks good.
Come here.
The sleeve is a bit long, I will say.
I got a thing.
I'm just gonna roll it up a little bit. If the hand stops being stuck inside it. There you go. Just gonna scrunch it up a little bit.
Wow, I'm so awesome.
Right. So all I need to do is sew down this bow tie so it doesn't float everywhere.
Allow me to inflate the shit out of my massive ego right now. But it seems that I cannot pull a tree out of the ground. Hey, you will die. You will die because I say you will die. My commentary for gaming is like really stupid. I apologize.
It's okay.
It's very funny.
My game commentary is even worse than that, so.
I don't even have game commentary.
I used to do it, and it was bad, so I don't do it anymore. But once I get a new,
It's just me screaming.
once I get my microphone, I might do it again. So that now you can hear my shitty commentary, but it's in good audio. So maybe the good audio will trick you into thinking that my commentary is not shit. It's big brain time. Big brain time. Bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh.
should not be killing the knights inside the castle, but since they're attacking me, I'm gonna murder them all.
Self-defense.
You are hiding the princess in here, and I need to save her.
Alright, so I need to fold this here.
Oh my god, that one just exploded when it died.
Oh dear.
It exploded into money. Ugh.
Alright. Ah, ごめんごめん、やっとく。So I need to go take a shower and take care of stuff, so I'll be right back. But this is how far we've gotten, and honestly, I think it's good. I feel like I should pad out the shoulder a bit so that it can hold the shape, but I'll do that when the doll comes together. But for as it is now, it's good. So I'm gonna just put up a BRB sign and go take a bath. Oh, hide it. There you go. I'm gonna mute my microphone as well. Alright, so I'm back, but it's incredibly late. I had to do a whole lot of other stuff, so unfortunately I'm going to have to end the stream here today. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll do another Met Gala stream, because unfortunately I couldn't get as far as I wanted to. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that.